Hello everyone, my name is Crystal and my store is Galaxy Finds and I am doing another What Sold video. I know, it's shocking, but this is my second one this year. I'm on track, so I hope this sun being through the window here isn't too distracting, but there's actual sunlight today in my office, which is nice. So I have a list of all of my stuff that's sold. Let's see, let me pull that up. From January 5th to January 11th. So I did not have sales on any other platform than Poshmark once again. And actually this week was worse than the last one. I know I was hoping for a better week because the first week was awful. But January overall, spoiler alert, was bad. So I did have some better sales towards the ends of the month, but I feel like the beginning of the month started really slow. So it's going to be a short video, just going to share with you what I sold and how much it sold for. And yeah, you guys can let me know how you guys are doing and how your closets are doing. My first sale on January 5th was actually a swimsuit, which is kind of funny, but it was an 80s slim suit, black illusion neckline, one piece size, large. It sold for $25. That was something I sourced from Savers like 2 years ago. So I was happy to see that go, and yeah, that wasn't too bad. That was my only sale on the 5th. And then my next sale was on the 6th, and it was a cider blue retro halter top tie crop top with rickrack trim, size medium large, $14. So I bought a ton of stuff from the site Bazaar back at the beginning of 2023 because I was having surgery in February of 2023. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to source, and I wanted some easy stuff to list because all this stuff was, on that cider. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's kind of like a fast fashion, but I don't know. I bought it wholesale. And I got a good deal. I had a coupon for, I don't know, I think it was $25 off my first purchase, and everything was basically cheap. But I still have a bunch of it. A lot of it sold really quickly, and then a bunch of it is just still there. So I'm kind of happy that it sold for whatever. But yeah, that sold for $14, and yeah, that was an offer from somebody. My next sale was on the 7th. It was a vintage Halloween striped ghost bats and eyes fabric. I spelled bats wrong. I listed this stuff before Halloween. I found a bunch of Halloween fabric at the bins, so I got it because I love getting fabric at the bins, especially vintage fabric. And I feel like people are looking for that because you can make all kinds of stuff with it. So this was 160 inches by 40 inches. It was over 4 yards of fabric. Someone made a offer for $20, so that wasn't too bad. My next sale was on the 8th. It was this American Eagle oversized cheetah animal print jegging hoodie sweatshirt. It only sold for $15, but it was getting so much attention on Depop. When I listed it there, it had likes and likes and likes. It had tons of offers, but obviously nobody followed through. And then finally somebody offered me $15 on Poshmark, and I just took it because I want to get rid of it. But I did that as a buyout from my old landlord at my office. And yeah, I was happy to see that go because that office, I don't want any memories of that office. So anyway, the next thing I sold was on January 9th. As this Theory Joskala blouse, cotton off the shoulder, blue chambray shirt, a size large, sold for $19. I've had that for a very long time. That was going to go to consignment at some point if it didn't sell. So I took a $19 offer and happy to see that one go. My next was on the 10th, these Pinup Couture Aqua Olive Retro Round Toe Flat. So the weird thing was I got these on ThreadUp. I got these and I got a pair of pink ones. And I got them for myself because they were listed as a size 10. And I was like, oh, well, hopefully they'll fit me. like literally couldn't even put my toes in them. Like they were so small. I was like, there's no way that these are a size 10. Like there's no way that these are even like a size 8. So I measured them against another pair of shoes in my inventory, and they mostly looked like to be a 7, 7.5. But I was very clear in the listing. I said, these are labeled a 10. They are not a 10. I put the measurements. I put a picture of it like foot to foot with the size 7 shoe to show that it was very similar. And yeah, I've had them for a while, and somebody finally made an offer on these for $30. The thing is, so they were sold on the 10th. I got a message maybe 3-4 days ago, which today, as I'm filming this, is February 3rd. So like right at the last days of January, I got a message from the person who bought these. These are a size 10, not a size 7 or 7.5. And I was like, I just, first of all, they've had them for over 2 weeks at this point, and they just opened them. So yeah, there's that. Poshmark gives you 3 days to inspect, and if you have a problem, you open a case, you message or whatever. If she had done that and said, hey, you know, these don't fit me or whatever, and I probably would have taken them back, because yes, they are not the size that is labeled as, and I am making my best guess, but I did my due diligence by putting measurements and, you know, showing all that and putting in bold, like, these are not a size 10. So I just messaged her back, and I like put screenshots from the listing, and I said, yep, I was very clear about that in the listing, blah, blah, blah. And then she writes back to me and says, these don't fit my feet, and shows me a picture of her foot in the shoe with like a little bit of space behind her heel, showing that they were too big for her. So I just stopped replying, and that was 4 days ago, and she hasn't said anything yet or opened a case or whatever. But she can't technically open a case because it's been 2.5 weeks at this point. So whatever. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm not dealing with it. If she has an issue, she can bring it up with Poshmark. They'll probably give her a credit, and all will be said and done. Anyway, I sold 2 things on that day. So that was the 10th. I also sold this vintage 80s pajama set in royal blue. It's like a very lightweight nylon. I got these when me and my friend Casey went on a road trip to New York City. We stopped at this amazing thrift store called Red, White, and Blue, and it was like our dream thrift store. It was in Connecticut. And I've had these for a long time though, so, because that was like 2 summers ago. So somebody made an offer for $30, and I took it. And then the last thing that sold in this week was on the 11th. It's this Jenny U BHLDN dress, Hudson Lion strapless gilded gold lace in size 10. So I've had this dress for a very long time as well. And I literally picked this up because I was like, oh my gosh, it's Jenny U. And this was like 4 years ago, and I'd never seen the brand in the wild and all this. So I listed it, and yeah, it just did not get any attention. And all of a sudden somebody just bought it outright for full price. I was sending out like 30% off offers on this and no bites. So yeah, that was great. I was very happy with that. And so unfortunately, this week that I'm doing here was worse than the first week that I showed you in my last video. Total sales were $232. After Poshmark fees, $185.45. Not great at all. And after cost of goods was like $140. So yeah, off to a slow start this year. I was off to a slow start last year too. I remember January being really rough. I went like 8 days or something without a sale. So it's not quite that bad, but it's pretty bad. So I'm just going to keep doing these videos for accountability and just to show you what's selling. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.